everyone, again. Excuse me. I'm Vanessa Howie. Let me show you my certifications here. ISSA, Certified Trainer, and ACE, American Council on Exercise. You're welcome to look those up if you'd like. Yeah, I haven't been on in a little while. And part of it was because I want to have my knees looked at. And I'll go over that a little bit more in a minute. There's nothing bad with my knees. It's just a joint issue. And you'll notice that there's this wonderful pink squishy device here in front of me. For those that love the Firm products, you'll know what this is. For those that don't, this is called the Firm Zip Trainer. Like you're going to zip something up, and you actually can unzip it, open it up, and there's two cavities here for balls. That's a 3-pound ball. This is a 7-pound ball. And when you put it in there, it adds additional resistance to whatever exercise you're going to be doing when you use the zip trainer. When it's, as the instructions say, when it's loaded. Because you put the ball in there and close it and zip it up. I'm going to be showing some of my friends and some of my clients that have bought the zip trainer. They have the DVDs, but some of the moves, when they're doing like cardio or some of the strength moves, they feel that the rhythm is a little too fast and they have a difficult time understanding how to do certain exercises. And so that's what I want to be taking you through is there are certain exercises that I want to show those of you who have a zip trainer and you use it, but you're just not quite sure how much use you can get out of this device. It's quite versatile. The ball itself weighs 5 pounds. So unloaded, this on its own weighs 5 pounds. Just so you know. So if you add the 3 and the 5 together, that's 8. And then you add 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 pounds altogether. For the 7 plus the 5 together, that's 12. Now, I have not found a way to place both of these weighted balls in there to increase the intensity that much more, and I don't think that was the manufacturer's intentions, but it didn't stop me from trying, I'll tell you that. For those that do not have these are called core balls, because it is the core of the zip trainer. For those of you that do not have it or you don't feel comfortable using it, then I have a set of dumbbells here that I'll be demonstrating in addition. A set of 4 pounds and a set of 5 pounds is what I have. Now, there are around 5 exercises that I have here. There are at least 2 of the exercises that I can show or will show a variety of intensities when doing the exercise or exercises. So, if I'm doing a lot of explaining, please bear with me. It's for those that are more remedial, that they want it for more of a therapeutic aspect, and not for a strength aspect. The first exercise I'm going to take you through, there are 5. The first one is squats on the domes, and the domes are when this pink surface is facing up, and I want to show you that in just a moment. Second one is push-ups on the domes. There are 3 different ways to do that, and I'll go through all 3. There are also diagonal lunges onto the domes, and I'll show you that in a side view, so it's easier to see. Side and front view. There's also an oblique twist, having the trainer using it in your hands, and also I will show you a variation where you can sit on a portion of the zip trainer and have a core ball or a dumbbell in your hand and do it that way. And the tricep push-ups. That's what I'm going to do in this video. There's going to be 3 videos that I'll be doing with this, possibly more. And with each one, I will demonstrate each exercise as I go along, of course. So the first one, squats on the domes. Now, this device is very, very squishy, as you can see. It doesn't take a massive amount to clean it up if it does get dirty. A washcloth with a little bit of soap and water, a tiny amount, like if you're hand washing dishes, before you start the dishes, dip a little bit of it into the water, and you can wipe this down with that towel, with that dish rag. Dry it off with a dry towel, and you're good to go. It doesn't take much. Mild dish soap is going to be your best bet there. And make sure that the domes are fully in the frame there. They are. Very nice. Okay. All right. Now, for those that don't want to use weights, you do not have to. First, and I'm pushing into it without stepping onto it first. Okay. I'm getting my body adjusted to how the device feels, first and foremost. This device will test your balance. Regardless of how good your balance currently is, it will still test it. I've known people that have done agility training most of their adult lives, and they've had a difficult time doing this because it's an unstable surface. And they're used to speed, quick. Being able to move on a stable surface is much, much different than moving on an unstable surface. Okay, so what you do, same form pointers as with a regular squat, and I will turn the device sideways and let you see it in just a moment. You want to put your weight in your heels. Now, if you find that doing this motion here, you find that you're going to fall back, like I would fall back into the television, move your feet up ever so slightly. My toes are hanging off of the edge of the dome right now. That's okay because my heel is in the center. That's perfect. Stick your booty back. Bend your knees. Do not allow your knees to go past your toes. Right there's my stopping point. I'm going to push into my heels and stand. And the thing that's going on with my knees tell me what my stopping point is. I went to the doctor, the orthopedist, and had a good appointment, no problem. And what they told me, and while I'm talking about this, I'm going to change it so that the domes are in this position here. And I'm going to add my weights to it to show you how I would use the weights in conjunction with this, so that you can see the side view on. If you didn't see one of my first videos on how to do the squat correctly, I can show it to you now, with it being on the domes. Anyway, I have my visit. Yes, and my toes are going to go past the front of the zip trainer. Yeah, on the domes. Have my visit. You want to stick your hips back there. Bend your knees. Keep your torso up, but you don't want to be doing this the whole time. So when the butt goes back, the torso is going to go forward slightly. You don't want to do this, though. Okay? Have my appointment, and my doctor had me, and I'm going to push into my heels. Stand. Doctor had me lying on the table, and he was bending my knee, torquing it and everything. Does this hurt? No. It never hurts when I'm lying on my back. No. And he had me stand up and do a squat. Now, he was doing a squat like this. God bless him for still being able to do this. I'm going to hold on to the TV so I don't fall over. He was doing a squat, and he was coming down here like this. I'm like, oh my gosh! I was quite impressed that he was able to go that deep. I'm like, yes! I wish I could go that deep. I want to be able to go that deep in a squat. One more rep on this device here to really show you. Push into the heels and stand. Okay, I will complete the story in just a moment. I promise. I'm not going to leave you hanging. Push-ups on the domes. Now, there are 3 levels Good. There are 3 levels that you can do on this dome. Okay, and actually I'm going to have this where I am facing the other box device. Now, the 3 ways you can do it, having your hands on the domes. And if you have your hands on the domes, you want to have your fingers where they're draping, cupping the sides of the domes here instead of being on top. And the reason I don't want you to have them on top, you see how from the side view here that the wrist is very jackknifed? It can cut off the circulation and cause nerve impingement. Okay, which means after a certain period of time, if you're on there long enough, but for some people it's not long at all, you will start to have tingling in your fingers. That means the nerve supply is being cut off to that hand. You don't want that. And that's why I have it here, is because instead of it being here where it's a 90-degree angle, it's more like a 45-ish degree angle. It's not as compacted. So, and I have my hips and knees stacked, okay? My knees are directly underneath my hips on this one. Now, this is for beginners. For intermediate, you can go out this way, and for advanced, you can come all the way up onto the toes. I cannot do the advanced. I will do the intermediate. I can show you the beginner and then the intermediate. Now, you want to try it. Now, my butt is sticking up, yes. You want to try to get your chest, not to touch the domes, but to get as close as you can. Now I move my hands from the center, from this position here, I moved them out slightly because I could feel that it was more narrow and I wanted it to come out wider. And so that was me adjusting my hands to suit the grip that I wanted. So if you want to feel it more here, you're going to have it centered here. If you want it to feel it here, you're going to have it shoulder distance. And if you want to feel it out here near the armpit, you want it wider. Okay? And if you don't care, then just go with the wider one because that's going to work the pectoral minor anyway. This is the beginner. And the beginner, try to get that dome to touch. Try. Intermediate. And intermediate and advanced is basically going to be doing the same thing, only I can't go onto my toes. Okay. Now, that was on the hands. And now I'm going to do one with the dome on the knees. Same concept is going to apply. Okay. There we go. Alright. Now, and on this one, if you're going to do an advanced version, then you almost wouldn't need the zip trainer to be underneath of you to do this. Because with the advanced version, you'd be like this. But with the beginner, you'd be on your hands and knees like this, doing this here. And intermediate, walk your hands out a little more. I'm trying to not, okay, my head's not going to hit it. Like I'm trying to not hit that box. Okay. Okay, now the advanced version is with this device on your shins or being on your toes like this. I'll show you a plank position with this device. Either on your shins like this or onto your toes like this, okay? I just do not have the strength to do the push-up with in that position. My core is not strong enough, my upper body's not strong enough. Diagonal lunges, I'll show you a front view and a side view. Show you the side view first since I have it set up that way. Now when I was in the doctor's office, I told you I wasn't going to leave you hanging. I'm going to use a pair of 5-pound dumbbells. Oh, and on any of those push-ups, you can put one of the core balls under your hands. So if you're having emphasis on your knees, you can put one of the core balls under your hands and do it like this. Okay? Use one of those core balls underneath your hands. I forgot to demonstrate that. I'm sorry, I forgot. I knew I was going to demonstrate something, but I forgot what it was. Okay. Now, with the diagonal lunge, you're going to step. Well, your feet are going to be in the middle here, in between. And when I press it towards you, you're going to see that I'm in the middle here. But you're going to be a little bit behind it. I'm not going to have a great distance like this behind it because I know my knees can't handle that. But the leg closest to this dome will lunge onto that one. Bending both knees, went into the front heel and push. Now onto the opposite one. Bend, went in the front heel and push. And so, when I was in the doctor's office, he had me to go down and do as deep of a squat as I could. And I did, and it was a pitiful little one. It was like this. And I said, it hurts right here. It hurts right there. I was like, I can't go down any deeper because I'm afraid I'm going to fall. He goes, okay, I know what you have. I was like, oh, fabulous. Somebody does. Thank goodness. He goes, you don't have arthritis. That's good. I said, yay! Yay! I was so worried I was going to have arthritis. He goes, oh, no. He says, the joint tissue is not chronically inflamed. It doesn't look like it's chronically inflamed. I'm going to turn the zip trainer where it's going to be facing you. There we go. Okay. And now, double check how it's positioned here. Good. And now what I want to do is, I know if you look at it from the correct angle, it looks like a pair of, yeah. A few of my clients have teased me about that. I'm like, hey, if you want to, stuff it under your shirt. It didn't bother me. I have a few of my co-workers, some pictures of that, but whatever suits them. As you can see, I'm standing in between, in line, between the domes. And you're going to lunge onto, pushing off at the heel that's on the dome, bending both knees. So I don't want you to do this with the back leg straight. I want you to have both the knees bent. And so when the doctor, he sat down and he says, you have something called patella chondromalacia. And he had written it, his assistant had typed it up and was sending it off to the front desk so that they could do a printout and show me. I was like, oh, I'm not going to be, I was like, okay, can you write that down for me? Because I know I may be able to recall it by hearing it, but I'm never going to be able to remember it unless someone writes it down for me or I have it written down myself. And so they did that. And he said, well, basically what it means is the tissue that is under the kneecap within the joint, the cartilage and the tissue underneath there is wearing down because it used to have a lot of cartilage and a lot of tissue. And with excessive use, overuse, and not necessarily over-exercising, but with my job, it's my job to stay physically fit. And so with every client that I have to be physically fit. I have to take them through the exercise, literally, go through it with them so they feel more confident when they do it themselves. Well, because I've done that, because that's the type of trainer that I am, that's why my knees have developed this issue. The good thing is, if I strengthen the muscles in the front of my thigh, the quadriceps, it will help to alleviate a lot of the pain and the pressure that I feel within my knees. In the meantime, continue to do quad strengthening exercises, and I do it every day, and take Tylenol when needed. So, not life-threatening, yay, that's good. And also something that's quite manageable, that's also good. Okay, oblique twist. Before I do the one where the trainer is when the zip trainer is collapsed in the hand, what I will do is I will do one where I sit in between these domes with a core ball and then using a dumbbell, and then I'll close the thing up and then show it to you. So, I have sitting in the center of these domes. I'm squarely in the center. And I'm going to sit ever so slightly in front because I want to be able to lean back into this. And I have a core ball, 3 pounds. If you don't have a core ball, use a dumbbell. I have a 5-pounder here. You use whatever works for you. You hold it here, you sit back, and your stopping point when you go back is when your abdominals say, okay, all right, and they tighten because they don't want you to fall down. You hold this close to your chest, and you go side to side. Now, if you find that this motion aggravates your low back, then come up a little bit, and then go side to side. Okay? I'm going to extend my legs a little bit because my quads are just a little bit tired. That's fine. You do whatever you need to do. And if you have the dumbbell, you do it this way. Okay? You can touch the dome if you would like. I have no problem with that. You do what works for you. Now I'm going to show you this with me holding the zip trainer. Now those that have a core ball can load the core ball into the zip trainer if they would like. And I will demonstrate that. Loading the core ball in. Zipping it up. Ooh, yeah, okay. Sometimes it gets a little stuck. That's okay. And there we go, okay. And those that don't want to load it, don't worry about it. And if you're not comfortable holding onto something that is this bulky, you can still do this exercise just using the dumbbell, okay? But I'm going to use it. I'm going to do the exercise using the loaded zip trainer myself. Okay. Excuse me. The same principles or concept, the same form points apply when doing this. The only thing is we don't have the domes back there to lean into, so we're really going to have to focus on what our muscles are feeling and when they're feeling it and how they're feeling it. So, keep this close to the chest, balls rattling inside, sitting up tall. I'm going to lean back right there. It is for me. There's no pressure in the back. If you're feeling pressure, come up a little bit. Now, I'm going to rotate side to side. And I'm going to allow that ball to come away from, and I'm using my hands to come away from my body. If you can touch it to the floor, that's fine. If you cannot, that's fine too. Okay. That's that exercise. Now there are 3 variations on the tricep push-ups that I'm going to show you. And you can also use the zip trainer, the core ball, for at least one of them, in addition to the zip trainer. Okay, so for the tricep push-ups, you start with the hands on the domes. The same concept applies with the push-ups, with the regular push-ups. Only in this case, you don't want to have your hands out here. You want to have them here, or you want to have them in here, okay? So I'm going to have my hands a little more narrow. Fingertips are hanging off the edge. You're going to bend your elbows in toward your body. My knees are directly under my hips. Okay, now the next step is, and I'm going to show you with my knees on the domes. I know, I'm crawling on it in a very unusual way. Now, you can do this way with the knees on the domes. Put your hands directly under your shoulders. You can do it this way. Or for those that want to use a core ball and or a challenge, you can do it either this way with the core ball under one hand to give that one arm intensity, or you can put both hands on the core ball and do the intensity factor this way. Either one works. Okay, and the same concept with the push-ups, the regular push-ups would apply, and you can use the core ball with that one. But the concept here would be having your hands in this position here, with your shins on the core ball, or not shins on the core ball, shins on the zip trainer, I'm sorry. I heard that and I was like, that's not right. Or your toes on the zip trainer. Doing it that way as well. Okay? Okay. And that is it for this video. I'll be doing 2 more videos similar in style to this. Some of them will be more balance focused, and some of them will work on different areas of the body that I did not do in this video. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button. Subscribe if you'd like. Leave your questions or comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. And if I don't have the knowledge or expertise, I will seek it out. Okay, thanks.